All right, good morning, finance students. We are on 8-2. So the first thing I want you to do, if you haven't done this, go back in the Google Classroom and make sure you've completed the 8-1 assignment where you're selecting 5 items to trade. 3 stocks, a mutual fund, and 1 ETF. So you got to do that assignment first before you move on to this one. Okay, stock market is a general term for an institution through which stocks are bought and sold. Stock market transactions are known as trades. Okay, and if you need to, you can, pause the video and go get your notes. Hopefully you've printed out the notes there, if possible, or writing them on your iPad or something. The 2 most well-known stock markets are the NYSE, so the New York Stock Exchange. So this is NYSE, and the National Association of Securities Dealers Automated Quotation System. So that one is NASDAQ. A wise investor in stocks makes data-driven decisions. So that's kind of what the rest of the chapter is about. So data-driven decisions by examining short and long-term trends. Okay, so you probably want to find some type of trend before you invest. Changes, fluctuations, and consistencies. So they're paying attention to all these things. Investors intend to profit from their investments. So that's the whole goal, profit from their investments. All right, so what you're going to do, you don't have any assignment from the workbook today. You're just going to pick one of your stocks and you're going to find all this data and either circle it and just list it on there, or you can write it on a piece of paper. So I'll show you what I mean after I go through all these. So last is the price per share of the last trade. So down to the millisecond there. Open or opening price is the start price at which a share of stock is traded during a regular day. So the price that it opens that day. Okay, so you could say the opening, there's the starting. Close is the last price at which a stock was traded during a particular day's trading session. Sorry for the writing there. Okay, high is the highest price at which one of the shares was at a certain day. Okay, low is the lowest price it was on any given day. Okay, for this one you can write given also if you want up here. Volume is the number of shares. Okay, later on we'll get into why all these things are important. So if you have a certain stock where the volume just shoots up one particular day, that means it's being traded a lot. That's something you might want to pay attention to. 52-week high is the highest price it was over the last year. And 52-week low, lowest price over 1 year. Might want to know that before you invest. Change or net change shows the change between the previous day's closing price and the current day's closing price. Okay, so whenever you're looking at that, it's previous day's closing price and the current day's closing price. Okay, and we're going to talk about the assignment now, so you don't have to fill out the rest of these. After hours trading is just trades made after the stock market closes. All right, so your assignment. You are going to choose one of your investments. And you are just going to take a screenshot or write this down and list all of these. So for instance, right now, a lot of people invested in Amazon. So if I were to go to Amazon right here, right now I'm on Apple, but if I were to go to Amazon, and you can just go to Google and type in Amazon stock. It's one of the first things that pops up. So Amazon stock. all of this stuff is available to me. So I'm just going to take a screenshot right here. And I'm going to insert that screenshot right into my notes. For you guys, you can either take a screenshot on your phone and turn this in, or iPad, or you can write it down. So I'm just going to insert this, and I'm going to kind of highlight all this data that we need. All right, so the opening price, right there, we talked about that. The high price, the low price. The current price is right here. So this is down to the millisecond. If I were to go back and click something else, or refresh it, it would be a different price. Okay, and then I have some other data that you might need to search for here. All right, so the previous closing price is right here. So that's the previous day. And notice that this is 2,379.61 and this is 2,404. This tells you that it's since the previous day's closing price, since this price, the stock is up 1.3%. All right, so you have that information. All right, and if I go back into this right here, I can click the next page. See how I kind of click this? I'm using Google, but I can scroll over and it tells me the previous close, the 52-week high, and the 52-week low. So I have all that information. Okay, I can also click right here and I can do a 5-year if I wanted to change, how Amazon stock is doing. Or I can do the max price when it hit its max, which is pretty much right now. Okay, so all of these things, you can just click around. This is year to date, how the stock is doing year to date. So basically January 1st until now. And this is 6 months, how it's done in the last 6 months. The last 1 month, how it's done. The last 5 days, done pretty well. And this is 1 day. Okay? So your job again is to get all of these pieces of information on your stock that I'm highlighting. Not too tough. Okay, and you're only choosing one of your investments to do that for. So choose one of your investments. You can take a screenshot and turn it in. You could write all this stuff down. Whatever it is, that's going to be your assignment for Monday today.